Hi, I'm here to talk about Shirley Fenette from Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion R1. Uh, Shirley is a really good character in the first season of Code Geass. At first, it seemed like she was a likable character, but not a character that was doing too much. So it seemed like a character that had some potential, but wasn't focusing the most on. But as the show itself started focusing more on Shirley, I started having more of an interest in the character, and I started feeling more of an emotional attachment to her than I did previously. And I think like around the middle of the first season is where Shirley feels really heavily involved in things. With the drama involving her father and what's going on with Zero, there's some pretty big stuff for Shirley to have to deal with. And it's very emotionally compelling, it's very moving. Shirley is such a sympathetic character where she seems like one of the nicest, kindest, most well intentioned characters in a show that has a lot of morally ambiguous characters. And a lot of the moral ambiguity is fascinating. Code Geass is something I love thinking about and analyzing and stuff like that. But it does feel refreshing and necessary to have a character that I can care about throughout the entire story where uh, there's never a moment where Shirley seems like an unlikable bad person. And she deals with some very difficult things where it's hard for her to know what the right thing to do is, but there's never a point where she feels like one of the bad characters. And I really felt so sorry for her as things went on. And when it comes to Shirley Gaines' stuff to do, it's the episodes I think are around the first season where she felt like one of the lead characters for a while, and I was very emotionally compelled by what was going on. I think that the episodes focusing on her are at least some of the most emotionally moving episodes of the season, possibly the most emotionally moving episodes of the season, and where a lot of the best emotions came out. Like on a story level, Shirley could seem not as important as a lot of the other characters, like the big leads, Lelouch, Suzaku, Colin, and C2, and a lot of the villains and characters like that. It could seem like Shirley's a somewhat unimportant supporting character, but on an emotional level, I feel like Shirley is one of the most important characters, and possibly the Code Geass character that's brought the strongest emotions out of me, and I feel like she's a very well developed, complex, consistently likable and sweet character in Code Geass Solution of the Rebellion R1. I feel like she helped me appreciate the story even more than I already did and feel more emotionally invested than I already did. I think that's wonderful. And I think that she added so much. And I think that story wise, Code Geass could have likely had worked without her, but I don't think it would be as emotionally impactful if she wasn't there. I feel like it wouldn't have the same amount of memorability and sentimentality and emotional nuance without her. So I feel very happy that Shirley has a pretty big role for a while in Code Geass season 1, and I really love her role in the season.